Hello, my little munchkins and my little crones. How are you this day? Well, as you can see, I'm in mourning. I'm in mourning for the late, great Kevin Samuels. I can't believe that he is gone. I don't want to say the late, great. I want to do another one. Let's say the late, great, infamous Kevin Samuels has departed from us. He was like the Halley's Comet. He come dashing into my life on YouTube, slandering women, saying cruel things and mean things, while half of the people loved him and half of the people hated him. He was like a Halley's Comet in our lives and gone. The problem I have with this is that's just spooky to me. This don't sit right with me. Can I tell you how I feel like the old crone? I don't understand how an attractive, tall, good-looking, dressed real nice man just up and die. Wait a minute. Let me get this. Now I don't know. Just bear with me a bit. How? What if I married him? Because that was his whole show. He's the perfect male figure. Ah, shut up. Ooh, calm it down, woman. How he died? Heart disease. So, was he a type of man that didn't go to the doctors at 56 years old? That fine outer exterior impression of a man, huh? Died. Now, if I say this, maybe it's gonna get uncomfortable. He hurt women. The things he said about women were god awful. It was clear, it was very clear and evident that he didn't like women very much. And as I venture to say, black women didn't like us very much. But there is a God that sits high and see all things and know everything. And as you understand that black women, we have that melanin. And we have been bruised and beaten, pushed aside, kicked back, spat on, held back. And now that we rising up and making something of ourselves and coming up out of the gutter, and now we have a standard. You know, I want a man like this and a man like that and a man that do this. And then you come up against a Kevin Samuels to say your ass ain't worth it. My condolences go out because I know that he was somebody's son. I know that somebody loved him. You understand? He had fans that adored him. Okay? My condolences go out to, I know he had a father. Maybe a sister, brother, aunt, or uncle, niece, a nephew, a cousin. Maybe he had a lover, an ex-wife, children. But this is the one thing I've known. The life you live will speak for you. And I heard someone says, as he in heaven. Not until he go to purgatory. Because you can't hurt women like that. Or anyone and speak that ill of them. And don't think it's and if there is somebody coming up in the ranks, just like there's somebody want to come up in the ranks to take Wendy Williams' place. Look at it. Somebody want to come in and take it. Because he was smoke and mirrors. He was a sick man and he didn't even know it. He probably was suffering with hypertension. Because the way I heard it, he expired from a heart attack. And from where he come, the way he looked, I can't even believe it. I couldn't even respond because I was just shocked. This is the creepiest thing I've ever experienced, I swear. I've never met anybody that looked so good, talked so much and about black women. And then you die of a heart attack. I'm blown away. I'm blown away by that. That's creepy. That's scary. He didn't even look like a heart attack. Oh my God, I'm floored by it. It's sad. And this is the thing. So when the man died, Kevin Samuels, there was a lot of women coming on saying good luck, like I spit on your grave. And then you get these moral police. They come along. How dare you? How dare you spit on his grave? How dare you say horrible things? Why are you judging these women? They have a right to their feelings. They have a right. They have a right to feel away. That's freedom. Do I have anything good to say about him? Yes. He was a very good dresser in ways. Sometimes it was a little bit too feminine for my taste. But I know he was trying. He was tall and handsome until he opened his mouth. And it would be, I would never, and I've said this before, I would never call somebody's show when I know they're going to try to rip me and tell me the reason why I'm not married or why my marriage didn't work. No, bro. And I don't even know why our black sisters put up with men going to men and letting them talk to you in such a way. It's not good. So yes, my condolences go out to Kevin Samuel and his family. That he's going to be like one of the myths to me. He a myth. Right now, this man is a Comet, the Halley's Comet. He a myth. That man going to resurrect somewhere. That man going to come back on there. I'm sorry, my daughter's cracking. I'm laughing. He's going to come back. I don't believe he's gone. That's how much he messed with my head. I ain't had nothing else better to do yesterday but this. Come on. I don't believe it. I believe it, but I don't believe it. This man gonna materialize somewhere. Unless I see, I'm being like those that follow Jesus. Unless I see his body in a coffin, I ain't gonna believe that this guy just went out of here like a Halley's Comet. 75 years, you only get to see it once in a lifetime. He was a sight that you only get to see once. And I ain't never seen nothing like him. The thing is, let me tell you what it is. Let me say it one more time to be clear. The thing that trips me up with this. He was so very good looking. He seemed healthy and whole and suave with his alcohol. He just seemed like the perfect catch. Until I saw a man laying over in a sofa and he forgot that he had this thing on, and I did see that. I witnessed that. And then, of course, until he opens his mouth and then, or the way he hang up on women, or if somebody try to defend themselves, he say, he just disrespectful. No. I'm not saying that's why Kevin Samuel died because he was cruel. I'm just saying it's shocking for someone to speak so highly of themselves and so negative of someone else. To me, if Kevin Samuels was sitting in my seat right now, he would be like, damn, because you didn't see it coming. I'm still having a hard time believing it, because that's how much he rattled women cages. And not in a good way, as some of you think. Y'all need it. Nobody, no woman needs to hear a man talk to them that way. No woman needs that. Believe that. And if you think that that's the way a woman needs to be spoken to, then you need to check yourself. And I know that, I think his name is Joe Buttons. I don't know his name. Buttons? I don't know. I know he like him, but consider the source. And the people that did like him, I don't even know. I mean, the things he said, how could he say those things when he is a son? As again, my condolences go out for everyone who loved him and saw the good in him. And those that grieve him, my condolences go out. But as for me and my house, it is what it is. We all gonna have to go one day. I just didn't see his coming. Shocking. It blew me away. I didn't see it coming to the point, even now as I speak to you, I'm still having a hard time believing that this man has been quieted forever. Mind-blowing. And to me, this is spooky. Spooky. Because he showed us the picture of a perfect man. And to find out he wasn't perfect at all. I'm done. That is mind-blowing. Again, just in case they come back and say he ain't dead, this may be an Elvis thing or Tupac, you know, maybe. He done fallen into the legacy. Unless they show me a picture of a funeral and somebody from his family come out and say it, now, it's hard for me to believe. But nevertheless, it is what it is. And that's what I have to say about Kevin Samuels. So for all of you who feel some kind of joyous feeling that he is gone, it's understandable. And for you who feel like I'm saddened by his loss, that's understandable too. Because we both have good parts of our nature and bad parts of our nature. And we can't please everybody. But the one thing I won't ever say is what he spoke was truth. I'll never say it, because what he spoke was hypocrisies, lies, and arrogance towards women, and especially women of color, especially black women. And I resent him for that. I resent him because of what he said and how he hurt women. So yes, I resent that. So I don't have anything, I have something positive to say about him. He was a very good dresser. He articulated what he felt clearly. He was a force to reckon with. If you could get in as a woman word-wise, because he just cut you off. You know, and this is why I stopped looking at him. Because he wouldn't let nobody finish. When somebody was trying to defend himself, he just disrespect them and hang up. It's just not cool. And anybody who feels that, he is infamous. But he was here for such a short, his life was so short that he was just cut off. Damn. I just don't want that to be my story. I don't want that to be my story at the end of my life. I don't want to hurt anybody where they're going to be glad that I'm gone. Ooh, that sends shivers. And you can't even be mad. So all of you spectators, commentators, going to say something about these women that's got a right to their feelings, don't. This will blow over like everything else. And again, my condolences go out to the, what's his last name? Kevin Samuel, to the Samuels family. And I just hope that maybe some of this is not true. However, knowing that he was such a narcissist, I know that he would have came through and said, that's some bullshit. I'm alive, well, and kicking. And I'm going to have to wait around for a little bit. to see if this is real, because this has really shocked me. So, with that being said, condolences to all those who loved him. My prayers go up for you. And peace to you, Kevin Samuels, if this is true in your afterlife, because you're going to need it. Because I believe we have to stand judgment for everything we do and say. So with that being said, that's what I have to say about Kevin Samuels. What a specimen of a man to look at until he opened his mouth. That's all I got to say. I am the old Crone. Please subscribe. Subscribe. I want your votes. I need your votes to move up, because I got a greater forward plan that I'm planning for you.
Okay, such a perfect topic, because would Kevin Samuels be able to look himself in the mirror and stand what was in his soul? So if you want to know if you can stand yourself and what's really inside of you, check out the Mirror Challenge.
Love it. Wow. One day she's going to come around and sit in this chair and talk to you. She's shy. So was I at the beginning. But after a while, you kind of get used to it. But she's highly educated. She's going to come. So anyway, you all have a good, wonderful weekend. And don't let nothing spot you up. Even if you're playing in the mines. Try not to get spotted. Love you. Ciao. Hello, my little crones and my little munchkins. Well, you know, I've had people calling me, and so they're saying they want to know how Kevin Samuels died. Me and my disbelief, I'm not 100% sure as of yet, but I'm going along with it, because I find it still hard to digest. Nevertheless, I was told that he was found on top of a woman, on intimacy. Also, someone said that it was cocaine, and that they believed that he was on drugs. And the one thing most people were saying to me was something had to be wrong, because they don't understand how a healthy black male could just die like that. So with that being said, they said, please do a reading on Kevin Samuels to why you think he died. I can't tell you that these cards are going to tell you how he died. I can't tell you that. But what they will do, they will give me an intake into what his life was like before he died. So I'm going to read these cards by negatives and positives. All right? Here we go. Let's do a cut. This cut got to be done right. N, I. There we go. Here we go. Let's go. Let's see. What is the bottom card? Upside down. So here he is, the Knight of Swords, meaning in your face. He was a person that was straight in your face. There was no timidness about him. He said what he felt, and he stood on it. And he didn't care if it cut you like a knife. King of the Swords, meaning he lived in his head. And a very good person that communicates his feelings. So this, see? So here again, I see a page of swords, strength, giving, this is like a miracle card. This is like a good luck or a bad luck card. It's a wheel of fortune. And you know how that is. Maybe he crapped out. Swords, resting. Swords, leaving. Swords, beginning. I can't make this up, okay? to do? Well, I'm going to tell you about all the cards, because like I said, if you know anything about swords, swords is a cards of friction. Swords are like your mind. It's the air. It's the airwaves. It's what's floating in the air. You see? They're the thoughts. They're swift and sharp thoughts. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 swords, meaning that his life was always in flux. He was in flux. In other words, he was in, what's that word? I want to use the word, I don't want to say argument. I want debate. He found himself always debating because of the swords. He didn't care who he hurt. He didn't care if he slayed you. He said what he had to say, and he left. New beginnings for him. Well, and now he's at a place where I don't believe that the soul dies. So right now, I just believe that he's in a state of adjustment, trying to figure it out, because no longer is he a part of time. So let me shuffle. Let's go in and read this. Let's go read. I need a card. I need something else. I need something to make this work for me. Oh, I can't make it up. He left us with all his thoughts, all his feelings. He left us. I can't make this up. I'm going in a circle. I see morning. I can't. You see me just reshuffle. Okay. And this is the last card. A black horse. He left all his worldly stuff. He is just stopped. Boop. On his last day on earth, what was he like? Tell me, what was he like that day? The one thing I got 100% about is he died strong. He believed in himself. He was an emperor. He believed greatly in himself. And to hell with those that didn't believe him. And much wisdom to those who did. This was his concept, in my opinion. So, looking at the cards, I see here is a 5, that there is mourning, great mourning for him. Also, I see a black horse, that he has acquired things that you can't take them with you. He caused a lot of friction and caused you to think. He caused you to have emotions about something. He made you look at things, even though we didn't like it, but he did cause you to look or walk away. I walked away. He felt as though he was going to give it as he got it, as good as he gave it. And he had no problem, said, I ain't giving you nothing. But he's gone and he left us. But he left us so fast and so swiftly. I'm still calling him the Halley's Comet every 75 years. But he was something new. You never seen nothing like him. Not really, not in 2022. Somebody, or 21, somebody just came on the scene and poof. And this is what the card's saying, with all his ideas, all his thoughts, what he believed in his confusion. And yet he left us. He left us. He came in quick and he left us quick. And what was the purpose of his death? Why? How? Was it a positive? I need to go somewhere else. How did he die? What happened? I know that I don't like to guess with things like that. And like I said, I just wanted to know that day. And from that day, he knew that he was in conflict with people, with women. He knew he wasn't loved by the majority. But those that loved him kept him, because he had people following him. But he knew this. He was in conflict with this. This shows me that he was in conflict with it. But it was his belief and he stood on it. He stood strong in that. So Now, I want to know what caused that heart attack. Talk to me. Stress. Stress. Something stressed out his heart. He died. It was unexpectedly. And from the looks of the cards, it wasn't easy. He struggled a little. From what this card says, this is the 5 of Wands. Meaning he struggled. Maybe not long, but from what this card says, he didn't die like easy. It was a struggle, and he knew that he was in a crisis. I didn't make it up. Don't judge me. I'm just reading cards. I can't imagine what it must have been like for him to wake up or that day having that happen to him. Having a heart attack. No matter what he was doing. Whether he was doing drugs, whether he was having sex, whether he was just getting ready for the evening. I don't know, but there are 1,000 rumors out there about him because he is the man and the myth and the legend. He did leave a legacy. He is notorious and infamous for his slander of women. But you have to be in that mindset to understand. And I assure you, he did not have a pretty death. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody said. This man struggled at his death. I feel it. And he hoped, because I was wondering where this card was coming from. He just didn't have the strength to save himself. Something happened. Something happened. Something happened to cause this. Clearly, he was not a well man. Heart attacks don't happen for no reason. Heart attacks happen because either you have hypertension or you have something wrong with you. Hypertension is the #1 thing for heart disease. Hypertension. Or it could be something else. But he struggled. And this is a 5. Damn near torture. I hate to tell you the truth. I hate to tell you the truth. But it was not. And I want to know, I don't even know if he was there alone. Because some say he was alone, some say he wasn't. So whatever this card shows me, I'm just going to take it for face value. I can't know these things. I'm just reading by the cards. And whatever the cards tell me, that's all I can give you. The Chariot. Somebody was there or somebody came. Somebody knows everything. Somebody knows. Somebody could have been there. I'm like, out of 100, I'm like seeing this white horse. Somebody could have been there or somebody came there. I'm sure about that. He gave. Whatever he had to give, he gave it, whether you liked it or not. His Wheel of Fortune card, his luck ran out. His heart wasn't strong enough to deal with that if that's the way he died. But no matter which way he died, he struggled. He had a lot of dreams. And he wasn't going to let nothing in his time on earth, he came and he did what he had to do. And if he touched your life in any way, then he did his job. So I just wanted to do a reading on Kevin Samuels. And as I said, he came, he did what he had to do. He have a lot of swords. And if you know anything about swords, that's friction on top of friction. That's a lot of head stuff. That means he was in your head. It didn't turn off for this man. He really felt this way. I don't know what embittered him, but he's gone. He's gone. And his legacy gone with him. That is my read on Kevin Samuels. I hope it made sense. I hope you understand, but that's all I can get. I thank you for listening. Thank you, my little crones and my little munchins, for supporting me. Ciao.